Yo, what's happening, good people? Now I know the camera's a bit wonky, but fuck it, yeah, it's been a minute, so you know what, just accept it, you get me? But what's happening? It's your boy M. Dot, Morph Life, back in the building, back in your faces and that. Come on, you know the vibes. And I think it's the first video I'm not wearing a hat. First of all, let's address, the elephant in the room. You know I'm a big guy, so it makes sense, yeah? Obviously, man's not been active for, I think the last video was June something. Not gonna go into too much detail as to why, but been a lot of reasons, life, work. Listen, man's moved house twice. Man's obviously got promoted twice. I said obviously, man's got promoted twice at work. Man's changed my job. Like once. Started like 2 or 3 jobs, because obviously I work a couple jobs. And obviously just been living life. There was a lot of things going on. So it's not all in vain, you get me? It's not all in vain, me just cutting out. But the honest truth is, and I want to say it because I think it might, some people who see this might, 1, get better insight into me, and 2, maybe take it into, maybe I say something that helps you lot, innit? But basically, I just gotta be real with you lot. I wasn't feeling it. I was feeling, I'm not gonna say depressed because that's not what I was feeling, but low, innit? I was just feeling kind of more so confused, low. I think disappointed and frustrated more with the situations. One with personal life, due to finances, not being able to get access to equipment properly, and not really, quite frankly, I jumped into things I didn't prepare myself properly in it. Not just with YouTube, but just with a lot of different variety of things in it. But I think with YouTube it got to a point, yeah, I was creating content that I wasn't happy with. I was releasing content that that didn't entertain me. Do you get it? And some of the things that I'd done, I didn't release when I should have. Kind of left things always for the next day, essentially. It's like, instead of doing it today, it was always tomorrow type thing, yeah. So it got to that. I think I also kind of, when I first started my channel, which first of all, big ups, it's been over a year. I know it's been a rocky year, you get me, but this 22nd of November was the anniversary, I guess, innit, of the channel. But obviously it's been a rocky year, but for anyone who's still subscribed, who come back to watch this video, getting involved, I appreciate you lot still, because obviously it's actually sick, to think about it. And that's one of the things that I kind of like lost track of, innit. I kind of got very excited because like my third video that I released, I don't think now, but even up until maybe May. So I released that third video maybe November, end of November, beginning of December, like literally the first couple of days maybe. But I think it was end of November, yeah, Chips Daily Duppy, to maybe up until May, that was still the video getting the most views within a month. Do you get it? So for me, I kind of felt a bit like, raw, like, why is that video just always consistently getting views? And there was that, and then there was the Meg Thee Stallion video that was like second or third all the time in that same amount of time, and that was the second video I released, you get it? So I kind of got a bit like, because I started and those videos done so at the beginning, I kind of got into a thing where like, what the fuck's going on in it? So, oh fucking hell, man. The coffee I drank is just getting to my chest, bro. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, so that's a bit of like what happened in it. So obviously, man kind of got a bit, lost in that mix. You get it. Man kind of got a bit too intense with stuff in it. So yeah, man, I just got to a point I just like kind of just started doing it just for the sake of it, as opposed to doing it because I wanted to release good videos. It's the point I actually recorded a lot of videos. There's quite a few videos that I edited that I didn't even end up releasing, and It's a bit mad. One sec. Sorry about that. It's a little pause. Yeah. Low key, I think I'm a bit nervous. It's been a minute since I've done this. I even recorded 2 videos yesterday to be put on this, but I just wasn't happy with them, innit? They were just a bit long and a bit like, yeah, I kind of went in too much freestyle in it. But basically, to sum up, obviously that was the basis of the situation, along with other things in it, with life in it. But yeah, since then, obviously, I think I went on a thing of, oh, I'm gonna get back to it soon, and then kind of just never did, to the point where I'm just like, you know what, I'll come back when I'm ready. Because you know what, like, I'm not so big to the point, and I'm not so, I guess, prideful and stubborn to the point where I'm like, I can't restart. I will restart and just get from the ground up in it. You know, because my hope is that I've got at least a couple of you who will just see these videos and see my old videos and maybe know who I am, and just kind of like, you know what, I'm gonna keep supporting dude, cause you know he does his thing in it. So there's that. But yeah, man. Since then, man, started working mad hours, one job, to the point of getting promoted and did shit twice. We'll see, you know. Then started, moved house. Then, you know, a bit later on, now I moved house again. Obviously now I'm back in a place where I kind of got more space and a better room to, one, on a personal level, kind of live comfy, but on a professional level, kind of just be able to duck down, get to work. I've got space for what I need to, my things I'm doing. I've got space for what I do in terms of my 9 to 5 shit, and I've got space for this, for the podcasts, for these videos, for the reaction videos, for every type of video I plan on making. Well, not every type, but the majority, you know what I mean? And I'm in a space not only in terms of the yard, but in terms of the area, in terms of, you know, even contacts, people I've been talking to. I've been, you know, during this time, I've also been building a lot. So it's not just like I just stopped doing it and that's it. It's like I've also been building a lot. So 2022, I got big plans. You know, in this time, obviously got to shout out a couple, man. Been involved with it was just one music video, and it was quite a while ago. It was in August, but you know, obviously been it was involved in the making of a music video with Samurai. Big him up. Go check it out. You know, Donnie's also been on the mad thing. Been to multiple events with the man them. Been doing multiple different things, bro. Getting into different contacts, plotting with the man them. So a lot of the people you've seen here, you know, Part-Time Duppy, Final Flash Films, my boy Samurai, obviously, one of my boys, man like Rubicon and that, you know, couple other man them, you know, it's not to say everything's like, you know, but obviously discussions with them, they kind of help me kind of get to a point of understanding that sometimes it's better to just take a step back as opposed to try and do it all at the same time, innit? But also to kind of, ultimately you've got a goal, pursue it. Don't always wait for the right time, because there's no right time. Do you get it? I think that's the most stupid. I won't say stupid because I understand why people think it, but I think it's one of the most blind, ignorant, naive is the better word, thoughts to have. Oh, I'm gonna wait for the right time. There's no right time. Sometimes just go talk to the girl. Sometimes just quit your job. Sometimes just move. Sometimes just go to a different country. Just go on a journey. Just go do something. That's what I did with the first channel. When I first started the channel, you know, I was always waiting. And then one part I was like, you know, fuck it. I recorded the video. I done a little editing just to test it out, just to see it. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. In all honesty, I wasn't 100% happy with the video, in the sense of, when you create something, you tend to nitpick a lot, right? So for example, let's say you get a haircut. Everyone will say it looks good. But when you're getting the haircut, and I think a lot of the man will relate, when you're getting the haircut, you're looking yourself in the mirror as the guy's cutting your hair, and he's maybe halfway done. So of course it's not gonna look even or good in it, because like he's still only halfway done. There's still a lot of shit to do. Do you get it? But you're gonna be like, nah, man, this trim's gonna look dead. Afterwards, you're always gonna find that one little thing that maybe no one will notice or no one will care about, or that more time you're just gassing it up in your head. But you're gonna be, nah, man, oh, and you're gonna try it, you know. And I'm not saying that happens at every haircut, but I think man them will understand it. I don't care whether you got long hair, short hair, man them will have those days, innit? And it's always like that, because it's you, you're always gonna nitpick with your outfit. Am I doing too much? Am I doing too little? When you go produce, it's the same thing with producing like content, and you know, everyone's art. I think musicians go the same route. That's why certain musicians sometimes take a lot longer to release, because it tends to be a thing of, oh nah, this bar, oh nah, this little part of the product, you know what I mean? And I think that's it's beautiful, but it can be to a detriment, and that's what it got to me. I started nitpicking too much, but to the point where I was like, you know what, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. How much better can I realistically get it? So I was like, fuck it, let me release the video, you get it. And the rest is history. And I think that video shows the support that I can get, but it's the videos afterwards that show the real support, because it came to a point where, bro, a lot of people, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people message me, oh yeah, nice one, da 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 da. I'm just like, who cares, bruv? I don't say I don't appreciate that message, but I'd rather you share my content or actually go watch my videos, because I got a lot of people who messaged me on the private one who didn't do it. And I think I let a lot of that shit get to my head, and I'm not saying, you know, and so essentially I got kind of caught in the, it's not the right time, or all that kind of shit that I was just talking about, innit? And the numbers, and I got way too ahead of myself, innit? So, yeah, that kind of stopped me. But obviously the people I mentioned, you know, I kind of talked to them, and it kind of got to a point where, you know, because, so my brother Paolo, Final Flash, and Samwai, you know, they were two man who was always like pushing me to upload a lot regularly, and always like I talked to them a lot about ideas. Like they're the two people I probably talk to the most in terms of before I release a video of, oh, is this idea good, or is, what do you lot think of this, or what about this clip? And they always kind of go like, they never want to see the full video until it's released, because it's the way to count it as a view, to fully support it, and they always give me feedback afterwards. And so they kind of, when I kind of went to think of, I might stop for a bit, I think they were the ones that kind of got me to think of perspective in it, of like, one, only you know what you gotta do, but two, kind of like, yeah, better stop now, come back later, and pick it up again, even if you have to start back up like from a lower level, because it's gonna be more organic, and it's gonna be a bit healthier, better content in the long run, innit? So, you know, and I hope that, and also it allowed me to just focus on my personal life and kind of just get away from the bullshit, because there was also kind of a few things that were kind of affecting me mentally in it, to the point where I was kind of feeling a bit low. Yeah, so, you know, and I kind of released a lot of videos that were either misguided, or I didn't end up releasing, or kind of emotional responses to things in it, or illogical, whatever you want to call it. So a lot of them I didn't release. A couple I released, but I didn't, you know, I wasn't happy with some of the videos. And then if I didn't get a certain number of views, I'd always be like, yo, da 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 da. And then, you know, a lot of people chat a lot of shit as well, which, you know, if you let it get to you, let it get to you, you get. And everyone's gonna have those days. Steve-O guy, obviously Steve the Madman, I follow him, and he always says, doesn't matter if it's the 7th day, the 24th hour, 23rd, 24th hour, there's always gonna be that time, that minute, that second, that you're gonna be like, that's all gonna get to your head, you get it? That you're gonna let it all get to your head, and that you're gonna be like, nah, fuck this shit, da 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 da. So it's always gonna be that. But yeah, man, I think the message with that is essentially to say, whatever you're doing in life, it's okay to take a step back in it, not to give up on it. And I'm not even saying, I don't necessarily recommend taking a hiatus of 7 months. Do you get it? Because I think I did take a bit too long to get back. However, for me personally, it's a position where that allowed me to focus on other things, and in turn learn a lot of things, build on a lot of things, get a lot of ideas, and kind of come back with a clearer mind as I am now, innit? So with me, because I've done so much outside, it helped. If you're gonna stop and do nothing but the basics that you're already doing during, then I think less time. Obviously, only you know when your mind is right to do certain things, innit? But like I said, there's never gonna be a perfect time. There's only gonna be now, and tomorrow. Yesterday is gone, innit? So it's today and tomorrow, bruv. Stop planning for a week ahead, 2 weeks ahead, 4 weeks ahead, 3 years ahead, bruv. It's today and tomorrow, bruv. Yeah? But in all honesty, it's better to just go today as opposed to tomorrow. Even if today you just start with a plan. The plan is nothing if you don't execute it. You get it? If you don't put it into, essentially you can have all the dreams you want, but if you don't go in the process of trying to live out those dreams, it's gonna be useless. You can have the sickest talent, but if you don't plan to cultivate it, market it, build it, it's gonna be useless, bruv. Do you get it? So the best way to explain this is with certain artists, one hit wonders. Hell, some guys are talented. Hell, do you know what? Fuck it. Let's just say this year, whoever listens to people like Potter Paper, Tiny Boost, Young's Teflon, Cash Tastic, yeah, them man there, obviously Potter Paper's a bit bigger, but them man there, they build on their talent and they cultivate their talent and they go to their people with what they can do. They don't worry about trying to be like Dave, Stormzy, Drake and all these. Obviously I know there's these big artists, they just go like, nah, we're gonna do our thing, whoever listens. Do you get it? And it's gonna be me doing my thing and me being content with what I'm doing. And that's the best way to explain it. Do you know what I mean? Instead of always going, today, tomorrow. It's like, just do it today, what you can do, and cultivate on what you got. Focus on what you can do and what you got, and what you can do with what you got. Do you get it? There's always options. You just got to figure it out. Bruv, I haven't released it yet, but I'm going to real soon. But one of the best videos I have recorded on my life, yeah, that I recorded today. All I used was a tripod and the same phone that I'm using to record right now. I'm not saying it's going to be the best video I've ever made. I'm not even saying it's the greatest. I'm not. But I'm just saying that's what I had. That's what I used. You get it? But yeah, man, I hope that people kind of take it in as take a step back. But never stop doing something. Always do something. I just took a step back from this, but I didn't stop doing things outside. So now, 2022, plenty of videos, plenty of everything. And I think it's also important to understand when you're getting ahead of yourself, when things are getting too much, too intense, or when you're getting the wrong mindset built and the wrong habits, to the point where people who were obviously watching from the time, the last few months that I uploaded, it was like I was just uploading whenever, and it wasn't like at a consistent basis even. It was just whenever. If it was 1 week, it was 1 week. It sometimes be 2 videos a week. Then sometimes it would be 1 video a month. And that's not consistent. Do you get? I won't say it needs to be a specific day, but it needs to be a consistent basis. And I wasn't doing that. I kind of lost the plot. But now I'm back. There's a couple of videos I recorded at the time that I edited, some reactions. There's a couple skits coming that I recorded time. But I think I'll still good quality videos that I'm going to release. The skit gonna be, proper things, but the reaction is more just to hold you over, just so you get a bit of the essence back. And then soon come, we're gonna go back into the mix properly, but now we're gonna ease into it, just get things rolling again, see what I go on, see who's still here, see who's rocking. Then we're gonna build again. Do you get me? Some of them are reactions, I think there's maybe 3 to 6. I don't remember which ones I edited. That I think are good. They came out fucking in the beginning of the summer or spring and that. So you know what I mean. But I think they're still good quality. They still hold weight. So yeah, that's my plan in it. But with that being said, There's also a couple things I plan on doing. Podcast. I'm making a podcast channel, which if I make it by then, I'll have it linked in this video. When I make it, I'll put it the link of this video, or I'll put in the future links in it. But a podcast channel specifically for the podcast, The Hustle Speaks. Yeah, that's what it's called, or it should be called if it isn't taken. But you know, it shouldn't be taken. It's going to be called The Hustle Speaks. Where it's obviously I've got the Hustle Speaks podcast on that, which I plan to do starting January, February, once a month. Yeah, I got a second podcast which I plan on doing to start with once a month as well, which the name is still pending, but that's also going to be on that one. That one's going to be a more laid back, chill, probably shorter podcast, just to put on just to have content for you guys and just to get into the mix of it, and for me to also adapt new skills and talk about different things. Sometimes these waffle videos is good to just do it on that type of thing, innit? So yeah, so that's going to be a new channel. This channel is going to be solely left for a couple videos like this. It's going to be left for obviously reaction skits, a couple other things I'm working on, and then I got the Rich Soul Productions already, which I'm going to leave the link in the description, which that channel is going to be used 2022. I know I've been saying it for the longest, for over a year, but I've got plans for it. Hopefully by March, April 2022, I'll have a proper video out for that. And that one gonna be filled with nothing but bangers. I'm telling you lot, I've got things cooking, along with other things that are outside of YouTube. Obviously I'll update everyone when I do it, that I'm gonna be working on. Get me, man's been working. 2022 finna be mad. I'm sorry for the long hiatus. I hope that man them keep supporting. I hope that I can come back and entertain you lot. I hope that it can all be beautiful. I hope that everyone's had a good time, a good year, that you've learned what you had to learn and overcome what you had to overcome and achieve what you had to achieve, you get me? And hopefully the end of the year's closing out. And just a question I'm going to pose, yeah, is what's 2022 gonna be? Forget about what 2021 was. And not all the way. Take what you can from it. The lessons, the things that you can take with it. The lessons, the memories, all of that. But don't lose sleep over it. Don't hold it as much as you possibly can in it. Move ahead to the next stage. 2022 is coming, and are you gonna be the person again where, like me, the goal is to get more money. The goal is to be in a better shape. But come a year later, I'm in the same shape, if not worse. I'm in the same financial situations, if not worse. This year, I'm not in the same financial situation, but in a lot of ways, I am. I'm not necessarily better. I am, but I'm not, you know, so shape-wise, I'm still not where I want to be. Rather, I'm not where I want to be in the sense I haven't started really to get into better shape. So, and that's just examples. I'm just being real. Are you going to be that guy who gets with these 2022 goals and coming into 2023, in the next year, you come to this time next year, you're still looking at having the same. You should not have the same goals a year later. You shouldn't. Unless your goals are progressive and continuous in nature, you should not have progressive. But you should have goals that you can complete, whether it be weekly goals, monthly goals, quarterly goals, yearly goals, goals that you can complete. There's the continuous goals, but they're on a separate category because they're continuous. They're going to be, essentially, your goal to be healthy should always be a continuous thing, but is your goal to start, you know what I mean? And I'll do another video, I think, on that. But yeah, man, hope everyone's had a good time. I hope everyone understands the situation. I know this one's still a bit long, but I think I'm a bit happier with this one, car. You know, this one is a bit more informative, a bit more laid back, and I hope that, you know, whoever's watched this far, appreciate you. And yeah, man, let's get back into it. Some more life in the building. We back. Hope everyone's excited, and I hope that 2022 will be better for you, bruv. Don't stop. Just come on, bruv. The hustle speaks. You get me? The hustle's always speaking, and you know it's the vibe. It's your boy M. Dot, the man with 100 names, not 100 faces. Like, subscribe, and share with your man them. Bow.